Hey guys, how's it going? It's the magic hour, so let's go ahead and get started. I hope you're having a great day out there. Happy Friday to everybody in the chat. Hey, hey, hey. Can you hear me okay? How's the sound? Yeah, I love this game too. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. I thought we could play through the Phoenix Wright games. These are sort of a classic. The music is great, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so let's go ahead and we'll start up a new game together. Let's get into it. Alright, we're gonna start with the first case, episode 1, the first turnabout. Oh my goodness! There's been a murder! Damn it, why me? I can't get caught, not like this! I gotta find someone to pin this on! Oh, this is a bad guy right here. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Oh man, so we already know up front who the murderer is. I guess that makes things a little easier on us. Alright, so we're at the district court, defendant lobby number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. Phew. I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. Right off the bat? This is a terrible idea as an attorney to take a murder trial as our first case. What kind of lunatic would do that? It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Yeah, it sure does. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair, oh. I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna die. Sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished! I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Oh, it's a love story. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away. Oh, man. This poor guy. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. Oh. How could this guy possibly have killed her? My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. It's always the boyfriend, right? Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Larry Butts, what a name. Yeah, the animation in this game is really cute. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case. Clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. Time to go to court. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Sounds real confident, Phoenix. Mr. Wright? This is your first trial, is it not? It is. Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. This is a good plan, I think. Yes, Your Honor. A gulp. Hands shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. So we have to demonstrate basic knowledge of the trial process and who's who and this sort of thing, right? Alright, so the defendant in this case, well, that's obviously Mr. Larry Butts, right? The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Alright. That was a tough one. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Whew. I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... Wait. Uh-oh. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim, of course. I know the victim's name. I just forgot, temporarily. Smooth one. That's a real smooth move. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it at any time, okay? Alright, well, let's go ahead and press it right now. Alright, so we got a couple of pieces of evidence. We have my attorney's badge. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Well, that's not really showing a lot of confidence. I think Phoenix needs to get together with Conrad Stevenson and figure out the key to confidence. Alright, so we have Cindy's autopsy report. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Time of death, we have July 31st, sometime between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. Alright, so a few details about the crime. Hey, welcome! Alright, so Cindy it is. Let's go ahead and head back. I see you gotta press backspace to go back. Alright. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Well, we know now it's Cindy, right? So Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was, well, we just read this autopsy report, right? She was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Well, those were some really easy questions for us to answer. We just needed some very basic legal knowledge to represent this man in a murder trial, so seems accurate, right? All right, thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor? As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. Oh yeah, look at him. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. Okay. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Alright, so now we've got another piece of evidence on that menu we could look at, the court record. A statue in the shape of the Thinker. It's rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. Of course, the evidence is crucial, right? So let's go ahead and bring up the court record and take a peek at it real quick here. Look at that. Okay. We don't really have any additional information right now. We could look at the profiles of folks involved in the case. We have Mia Fay, chief attorney at Fay & Company, my boss and a very good defense attorney. We have Larry Butts, age 23, the defendant in this case, a likable guy who's been my friend since grade school. We have Cindy Stone. Oh, she's cute. The victim in this case, age 22, a model. She lived in an apartment by herself. Wow, Larry's girlfriend was cute, huh? Winston Payne, age 52, the prosecutor for this case. Lacks presence. Generally bad at getting his points across. Well, that's a good thing because this is our first trial, so we don't want anyone that's too good at this opposing us here, right? Alright. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Will do. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Yeah, I think Larry is not exactly the best witness for his own case. He was asking for the death penalty earlier. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Well, those aren't love stories that end well. Didn't they all die? Yeah, that's right, Phoenix. I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me, ever. I think that's what the kids call ghosting, right? What's it to you, anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Okay, the victim apparently arrived home from Paris on July the 30th, the day before the murder. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way! The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Wow, okay. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude. We can clearly see what kind of woman this Ms. Stone was. Wow, this guy's kind of a jerk, isn't he? He's got some spicy language about this murder victim. I'm not liking you too much, Mr. Payne. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? Wait and see what happens, or should I stop him from answering? I should probably stop him from answering. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Wince. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. Oh, Larry. Larry, you need to watch your mouth, dude. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna just drop dead. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy. This is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Gulp. Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? I think we should stop him from answering. Lie like a dog. Oh no, I don't want him to lie. You don't remember if you went? See, this is not good, Larry. Well then, we'll just have to remind you. Got a bad feeling about this. We have a witness that can prove he did go to the victim's apartment that day. A witness! Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body. Oh, I don't like this. I bet we're about to see a familiar face. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. A likely story. Larry's innocent. They set my guy up. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Well, wait a minute. So he got to ask questions of Larry. I didn't get to cross-examine Larry. We're going right into the next witness. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. He saw it. Get it? It's this guy again. Well, we know, you and I know that Mr. Sawit is our guy. Let's see how this plays out. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Okay, our first witness's testimony. Let's get into it. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that, but you can, Phoenix. You need to believe in yourself. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of these. Okay. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Electricity to Ms. Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. All right, so there was no power in her building for 6 hours on the day of the crime. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Phoenix, you're an actual attorney, right? This is a murder case. You can't just wing it. All right, right. This is it, the real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Yes, he was lying, Phoenix. Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. That's right, it's all in the evidence. We just have to logic our way through this, right? Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Just like in real courts. Okay. Open the court record with tab, then point out the contradictions in the testimony. Alright, so we need to present evidence that contradicts the testimony of the witness. We also have the option to press this guy and try to get a little more info, so we're going to go ahead and give that a go. Isn't a man leaving an apartment a common sight? I find it odd you would take notice of him. I don't know, he just seemed strange to me, that's all. Like he was mad and yet frightened at the same time. Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. The defense requests that the witness refrain from conjecture. Of course, what the witness means is that the man he saw looked suspicious. So, what happened next? I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Half open, you say? Yes, yes, the door was half open halfway, yes. I watched for a moment, but no one came close to the door. That's odd, in a big city like this, I thought. I see, and what happened next? Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. What gave you the idea to do that? Well, the door was half open, you see. Isn't it only human to want to peek? Well, maybe so, Mr. Sawit. We climb mountains because they are there. It's the same thing. I don't know that it's exactly the same thing. Truer words have never been spoken. Anyone would look inside. Why did pain cut him off so quickly? So you looked into the apartment. What happened then? Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. Well, how's he know that she's dead? Are you sure she was dead? Well, no, I guess I wasn't. But she wasn't moving at all, and there was blood everywhere. I guess that would look fatal to anyone. Well, that's a good point. Well, well. Very well, what happened next? I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. So, you didn't touch anything in the apartment? Yes. I mean, no, nothing. That's a little suspicious to me. Okay, what happened next? I thought to call the police immediately. You thought to call the police? Does that mean you didn't actually call them? Please, please, listen to the rest of the testimony. You thought to call the police. What happened next? However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. The phone in her apartment wasn't working? Yes. I mean, no. No, it wasn't. Right. But you said you didn't go into the apartment. Or did you? Uh-huh. Oh, that? I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call. And that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? Yeah, that makes sense because the blackout, right? He said cordless phones might not work. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Why use a public phone? Well, you see, I don't have a cell phone. And being the middle of the afternoon, there were no answers to the nearby apartments. Okay, so no one else was home. All right, what time did you call again? I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Wait a minute. How could it be 1 p.m.? That's not what the autopsy report says. Let's press him and find out how he knows it was 1 p.m. 1 p.m.? Are you certain? Yes, absolutely. He seems really confident. 1 p.m.? Right. Doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. All right. Time to present evidence. We're going to go ahead and present Cindy's autopsy report, right? Because the time of death is between 4 and 5. And if he saw the body at 1 p.m., that doesn't make sense. Objection! Objection? You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Look how pleased he is with himself. Oh, that. Oh my gosh. This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright? Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do, point out contradictions. Well, we can definitely do that, just looking for holes in the story. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Oh, he gets a do-over. Time of discovery. Okay. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one, and I do. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. You said heard, not saw. Yes, heard. All I saw was the body lying there. I didn't think to look at anything else, least of all my watch. Isn't that a little strange? So, you're saying you heard something. But if you were so shocked by the body, you wouldn't hear anything at all. The witness did say he actually heard the time. It's ludicrous to suggest he wouldn't hear anything. I agree. I think he's still capable of hearing even when he's shocked. I have to agree with the prosecution. Witness, continue your testimony. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Are you sure it was a television and not a radio? Well, no, I guess it might have been a radio. Incidentally, there was no radio on the premises. There was only one large television. Right. I can't put my finger on it, but something about this seems fishy. I agree. Because the power is supposed to be out, so neither a television nor a radio should have worked, right? Something about hearing the television. The witness has testified he heard the time. Let's go back and present a little bit of evidence here, huh? Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. Yeah, I agree with you, Judge. That, and you seem rather distraught. Look at him sweating. His whole hair jumps. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sawit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Clock? You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Well, this is a statue. This isn't a clock. Let's see if we can get more info from this guy. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. That strikes me as a very suspicious mistake. Yes, I can see how you'd be a little bit doubtful. I'm really sorry. I only just remembered that table clock. A table clock? There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? A table clock? Was there a clock at the scene? This is the first I've heard of it. Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. The murder weapon? Yes, the table clock that was used as a weapon. That's what I just said. Did you doze off in the middle of my testimony or something? Something's fishy here. That must have been what I saw. Well, let's go back to this statement here. And let's go ahead and present that murder weapon. Because that doesn't look like a clock, does it? Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock, it was the statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. Oh, it is a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it, and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? Yes, I do. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock was to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Ho ho ho! Order in the court! Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sawit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard no, I mean, I saw. What? Look how mad this guy is. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her and he should burn. He should burn. Give him death. Wow, this guy is so mad. He's big mad, right? Order. Order in the court, I say. Wow, this is some real, like, Perry Mason stuff, huh? Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense claims. Mr. Wright. Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Alright, well, there definitely is evidence, Your Honor. The sound Mr. Sawat heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply, I think, try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. That's actually pretty cute. I wouldn't mind a clock built into the thinker that says, I think it's, with the time. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Heck! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawat heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawat, try and talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawat. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal, a criminal. You lawyers are all slime. Grr, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry, I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sawat. Yeah, Mia saved the day. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. The Chief. It's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking outside the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Right, Wright? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? I can think of a reason. Wait, maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright? You say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see if you can pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Well, that's gotta be her passport. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast! The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. Wow, Phoenix, you're a really smart guy. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw-It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Oh man, that was a good one. That was a sick burn. Ugh. Oh man. I think that guy's done. Order, order, I say. Yeah, got him. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness. He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Well, you need to watch more like Perry Mason. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts. Yeah, we did it! Not guilty! Good job, Larry. And with that, this court is adjourned. It turns out that Mr. Frank Saw-It was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. He was casing the place. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw-It let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw-It grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Wow. Alright, we're back in the defendant lobby now. Whew. I still can't believe he won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. Oh no, Larry! My life is over! Larry, you're supposed to be happy! What's wrong now? Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no! I mean, bad. Bad, bad, bad! Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Yeah, that's true. His girlfriend did get murdered. So that makes sense. He's still upset, even though he has been cleared of these charges. He's been acquitted. Larry, she was a... Never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie. My treat? Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh hey. Here, take this. It's a present. The murder weapon? A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Sorry about it, Larry. Don't that make you just want to cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Well, why would she take this thing with her in the first place, right? Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Aw, you're a good friend, Phoenix. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Well, I hope that he learned the importance of evidence in law school, right? But I guess it's good if it's taken until now for him to learn that evidence is important in a court case. I'm glad he knows. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. Wow, that's deep. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? Ooh, does the chief like us? And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. Oh no. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. What's gonna happen? And alright, so that was the end of the first episode. Taking us to episode 2, Turnabout Sisters. Okay, well, let's get into the new episode. Let's go ahead and save our game, right? Alright. Hello? This is Maya. Hey Maya, it's me. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been? Well, lonely. And it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you? Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial, and I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha. So, what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always liked toys. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now, you know I'm only teasing. Ah, I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. This must be a really big clock, if you can put papers inside where the mechanism used to go. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office tonight, say 9 o'clock, to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis, but I expect dinner, something good. Like burgers. I could really go for a good burger. Man, me too. Okay, we'll hit the usual joint. Alright, it's a deal. Okay, sis, see you soon. Yep, I'll be waiting, Maya. Conversation recorded, September 5th, 9:27 a.m. We're at the law offices of Faye and Company. Now, Miss Faye, I'll take what's mine. The papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Faye, you are a poor liar. Why? I see it right over there. That must be the Thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? Ho. You are not cogniferous of my background? Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. Ho. My dear Miss Faye, I am so very sorry. But I am afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. What? Farewell, Miss Faye. No, not Mia. No. Oh my god, look how crazed he is. Red, white, blue. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh, that's strange. I guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. Well, we better go right to the office, right? Oh my goodness! Somebody has really torn this place up, right? Yeah, that smell! Blood! Sis! Someone's there! Chief? Chief? Chief! Chief! Who are you? The strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. Until she finally was cold. No, Mia! Chief. We gotta examine the scene of the crime, right? What's going on here? The thinker. It's encrusted with dried blood. How ironic that this became the murder weapon. Again. Right? What's going on here? It looks like somebody broke something. Some shards of glass are scattered on the floor. They seem to be the remains of a glass light stand. Let's see, anything else going on here? Let's look at the window. There's a large building right across from the office. The Gatewater Hotel. Alright, so a little Watergate reference. A nice, luxurious place. Chief. It's hard seeing her like this, but if there are any clues here... She was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. Okay, so now the thinker got added to the court record. There's some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of the glass light stand lying broken in the back of the room. Glass shards have been added to the court record. The broken remains of a glass light stand, broken beyond all recognition. Okay. Nothing else that seems like a clue here. A piece of paper? It must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? A word is written in blood on the scrap of paper. Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store dated yesterday. Department store receipt with letters written in blood on the back. Receipt has been added to the court record. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I'd better call the police. And find out what that girl was doing here. Yeah, I think you're right. The chief's chair. A simple, functional design. Feels pretty good to sit in, too. Alright, well I think we've basically checked out everything we could check out here. Painful to look, but I have to for Mia's sake. Looks like she was hit in the head with a blunt weapon. Probably died instantly. Alright, so we know all about that. I think, yeah, we've done everything here. Let's go ahead and slide to the right. The Fay & Company ledger book. Everything is written in the chief's ultra-neat handwriting. It's a small office, but it makes a good bit of money. Surprisingly, the chief was never good with machines. About all she used this PC for was email. She picked up this ancient model at some garage sale for practically nothing. Okay. All the chief's important documents are packed in here. This is where she filed her case records and recent rulings. Should we check everything out? Alright, let's get the phone. Right, I better call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. It looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police! Please, come quick. What was that? Someone screaming from outside the window? It's a lady! She's staring right at me! She's holding a phone in her hand. Maybe there was a witness to the crime. The phone receiver is missing a few screws. I better not use it. Perfectly normal office desk. The chief had a very particular policy about office decor. Spend big on stuff the clients use, but keep your own stuff simple. That sounds like a good way to do business. Alright, well... let's see here. We can move back to the main office. That girl just now, where'd she go? Yeah, she's supposed to be right here on the couch. I put her right there on that sofa. Uh-oh. I hope she didn't run on me. Well, she just found her sister's body, right? Yipes! Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay. I work here. Maya. Maya Fey. Maya Fey? Maya? So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt? I never thought they'd be used for evidence like this outside the courtroom. Sure, why not? Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. That's my name. Why? Why would she write my name? Please, just calm down. Why would sis write my name? Uh-oh. Now I've done it. Uh-oh, it's the po-po. The police. Sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze, police. Alright, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see? Gumshoe, what an odd name. Well, that's an old slang term for detective, right? And so is, Dick, right? Like Private Dick? Private Detective? But he's like detective. We received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder. It must have been that woman I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay? Great, just great. Maya, wait, she wouldn't have. Nah. Whoa. Excuse me. Eek. This word Maya here mean anything to you? That's my name. What? The victim drew this here note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Wow, you're jumping right to that assumption. Killer? I'm not. Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am. What? Man, wrong place, wrong time. Mia's younger sister Maya was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around, waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. Alright, this is the detention center visiting room. Wow, they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. Here she is. Oh, it's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Good morning. She looks so tired. Are you going to be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I'd better give it to her straight. It's up to you. Up to me? Yes. I don't think this is something I should decide. After all, you're the one in trouble here. They're never going to believe me, are they? Even you, when you found me in the office, you looked at me like I had done it. Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought... It's okay. I understand. And I've also heard about you. Heard? Heard what about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while. So he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience. Sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get into trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. I agree. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. Oh, Mia! What a mixed messages there. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia... I know. Let's ask her some questions. Tell us about Maya. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. Yes? What's with that outfit? Oh, this? This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say. Acolytes? Like people in religious training? What is it you do? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium. In training. A spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Yes. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. Evidence? Yes, that clock shaped like the Thinker. The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in a case? Right, she said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yes. I'm pretty sure our conversation's on my cell phone. You recorded it? Yeah, I forgot how to delete those things. Oh, so she has a recording. So, you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone? Let's hear it. Right. Oh, I just remembered that detective took my cell phone. Sorry. Oh, right. Of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it. Yeah, please just give me this person's phone. I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay? Sure, thanks. Maya's memo added to the court record. A conversation I had with my sister is recorded on my cell phone. Right. Go back to the day of the crime. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Sorry, I know it must be hard. No, it's okay. All I've been doing the last few hours is talking about it. I've kind of gotten used to it. Let's see, that morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. That's the Thinker clock that Larry made. It practically qualifies as a serial murderer by now. So then, when did you arrive at the office? It was right around 9. The lights were off and I could smell blood. Then I found her. My sister. Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. So you're an acolyte. Medium in training. That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. Wait a second. You said the Fae family? So Mia was into this stuff too? Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class, too. I had no idea. Wait. What? So, you're a real honest-to-goodness spirit medium? With ESP and all that? Yes. In training. Well, can't you contact Mia's spirit, then? We can just ask her who killed her. I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level. I thought that would be too easy. Something the matter? I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. You sure are. Do you think you could go ask him to represent me? Sure. Sure, why not? I'll go ask. Thank you so much! I have no one else to turn to. Say, what about your parents? Oh. I see. Don't worry. Leave it to me. Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10. What? Tomorrow? Tomorrow? What if this guy refuses? They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me. When will that happen? They're giving me until 4 this afternoon. Alright. And visiting hours are almost up. I'd better hurry. Right. I'll be back. Alright, well, I think we need to get out of here. I wonder if there's anything to see in this room. Got a camera, got a guard. This guard monitors the visitor's room. He hasn't moved an inch. A real pro, this guy. Smile for the camera. Okay, well, let's go to the fancy schmancy lawyer's offices and see if he's gonna represent our girl, Maya. Grossberg Law Offices. Wow, look at this painting. That's gorgeous. Look at that sunset. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer, not to mention run an office like this. I guess I'll just have to come back later. Now look at this. That painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil paint is so thick it's practically giving me a stuffed nose. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. Else to see? A solid mahogany desk. The wood's been polished to a deep luster. Expensive-looking mahogany bookshelves, filled with expensive-looking books. Funny. They don't look like they've ever been read. Okay, alright. A table for clients. An elegant ebony case. And if I'm not mistaken, that lighter's made of solid gold. Even I can tell someone here's got money to burn. Yeah, someone's got a lot of money. An expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is, but it's probably the most expensive one available. Well, this guy's got a lot of money to throw around, but he's not home right now, is he? We're gonna have to come back to this place later. Let's go ahead and go back to the Fay and Company law offices. The office is filled with police officers. Well, it is a crime scene after all, so that makes sense. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey, you there. This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Sorry, don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're that Butts guy, aren't you? No, Phoenix Wright. How could anyone mistake me for Larry? Guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer. And you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent. Right. And you were Detective Gumshoe. Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe? Right, at your service. Hang on, that's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick. Hey Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. Be right there. You're her lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you better do it quick. Whew. He thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. Well, we did say that we would get the conversation from the cell phone, right? Let's see if presenting him with this memo helps us. I was wondering, did you see Maya Faye's cell phone? Oh, that? I have that. Do you think you could give it back? Sure. I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer. Uh-oh, he's on to me. Let's tell him straight. If I tell him why I want it, there's no way he'll give it to me. Something the matter? Oh no, it's just... You know, detective. Nope. I know nothing, pal. That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it, like her boyfriend's. A cell phone holds all a little girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets. You're trying to confuse me. Sorry, pal. I already checked all the numbers in memory. Impressive. You're quite the detective. Uh-huh. Oh, here, you can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicious call records in there after all. It seems he didn't notice the recorded conversation. So we got Maya's cell phone back from Detective Gumshoe. This should help us a little bit. Alright, it holds a conversation between the chief and Maya. Check the court record to hear the recorded conversation. Okay. Let's check it out. Maya. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again? What is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. I should probably tell you the clock isn't working right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? That's the evidence then. I'll leave that up to your imagination. See you tonight at 9. Okay. We have a little bit of evidence added to the record. Let's ask him some questions, see if he knows anything, huh? About Miss Faye, did you do an autopsy? You want to know the results, eh? Now don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. Alright, you can see the report, but that's all. Autopsy report's been added to the court record, so her time of death was on September the 5th at 9 p.m. Cause of death was single blunt force trauma. Death was instantaneous. About Maya. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you aren't gonna win. Why do you say that? The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Edgeworth. I'm sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all. I guess I've asked all the questions I need to. You all done, pal? Yes, thank you. I'll be heading out now. Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to that witness. Anyway, you'd better not. No influencing the witnesses with your lawyerly ways, pal. That's right. Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. The witness? Yeah, Miss April May. I'm sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. Well, you just told me her name. Miss May, huh? So you've sent her home already, then? You trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. She's not going to go outside her room until the trial. So, she's still in the hotel across the way. I guess I should know better than to try to get a detective to leak information. You got that right, pal? Time to pay a visit to Miss May. Prosecutor Edgeworth. That's right, pal. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you do know him, don't you? Of course I do. I know him. He's a feared prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel remorse. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict. Aw, don't talk about him that way. You make him barely sound human. Still, I'm afraid this pretty much decides the case. So, Edgeworth is on this one. He hasn't lost a case since he became a prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. Of course, there are rumors of back-alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. Alright. Well, I think we have learned everything we can learn here. Let's stop back by the law offices. Is he here? Doesn't look like anyone's here. Well, I guess the only thing to do is to move on to the Gatewater Hotel and interview that witness. Well, hello there, handsome. Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth. You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal. Tee-hee. Memo to self. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder. Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting I can hardly contain myself. Oh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness. I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine that one. Alright, well we better look around while we're here. Oh, we got a little champagne, some bubbly. The late summer sunlight streams through the window. There's the Fay and Company Law Offices building, of course. You can see the inside of the room pretty clearly from here. I think it would be a little difficult to recognize a face from this distance, though. Alright. A bottle and 2 glasses are on the table. Somebody must be staying with her. What's over here? There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look. Hey! Hey! What are you doing? No touching! Oh, bad boy! You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you? Upset? I thought she was going to explode for a second there. I wonder what could be inside the drawer. Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident. Oh, observe? Incident? You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary. Better not encourage her. You know that thing that happened the other day? The bad thing? What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it? Pretty please? Let me see. Well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll just have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer. Oh boy. Could you just... Who exactly are you? Oh, Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me? No, hey, I'm just doing my job here. You know, you're cute when you blush. Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. Right. Can you just tell me what it is you do? Well... No! And you had your little hopes up, didn't you? Oh boy. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you? Oh, what amazing powers of observation! You must be one of those famous detectives, like on television. Oh no, not me. I'm just a lawyer. Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage, Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers. Oh boy. Alright, well... I'm not sure what else we can get out of this situation. Is there anything that we can show to her? I don't think so. So, I think we need to move on out of this place, huh? You think it'll let us look in the drawer one more time? What's inside? Maybe later. Alright, well... I guess we should go back and see if that guy is in his law offices yet. Seems like Mr. Grossberg is out. Well, maybe I should just wait here for him to come back. Ahem! If that wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard. Aha! So you're the one, they say, has been looking for me? Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined. That badge on your collar? Ah, so you're a lawyer, are you now? Yes, well, yes. And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please proceed. Not busy? Then how come no one could get in touch with you? Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it. Well, sir, actually it's about Maya. Maya Fey. Ah, yes, Maya Fey. Go on. Why the strange reaction? Acha-cha! I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible. Wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow? Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion. What's going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? How can you just refuse like that? Please tell me why you won't take the case. Well, you see, it's just I'm busy, you see. But the client is Mia Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands. Yes, of course I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye. Creep. Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere. I think not. Huh? Did you say something? I think not, I said. What do you mean? I'm terribly sorry. But I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy. Why? I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave now? I've nothing more to discuss with you. What's going on here? How did you know Mia Fey? She worked here a long time ago. I'm quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day, quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see. A mission? You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion, never looked back, that one. That's quite a painting. Ah, you noticed. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least 3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it, not even to you. I wasn't interested. It's not for sale. I'm not buying. Jeez. Do we have anything that we could show to him? I don't think so. Well, not much is gonna happen here. I guess there's nothing to do but go back to the jail, right? And let Maya know the bad news? Let's see if there's any other evidence that is uncovered here. No, everything is still checked off. Looks like we inspected everything the last time. So let's go ahead and go back to the detention center before they close. Hiya. Oh, you're back. Did you find the lawyer? Well, what do I tell her? Well, see, just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones. What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? Or... I see. I've been abandoned then. What about your family? I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young. And I don't know where my mother is. Don't know? So she could still be alive? The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man and he ruined our mother's life. Ruined? After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer, and she left the mountain. So, you live by yourself? Yes, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent, or I would lose my powers. I feel bad for her, all by herself up on that mountain. So, who was this man who ruined your mother? About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate. Wait, They didn't use a spirit medium, did they? The police convinced my mother to try to contact the victim. Wow, so what happened? The case was solved. We thought. You thought? The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police's consultation with a medium had all been carried out in secret, of course. But a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the media jumped on it big time. My mother, became the laughing stock of the nation. I see. White. Excuse me? White? That was his name. My sister told me. White. Just a little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess. 4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her and go home? I'm gonna offer to defend her. I have made up my mind. I'm going to defend you whether you want me to or not. Why? Why? Well, these are all really good reasons. I can't abandon you. Someone else is the culprit. I don't know why. I'm gonna say that someone else is the culprit. You aren't the culprit. Someone else is. How do you know? I have a hunch. Given the evidence, it would be easy to assume that Maya was the killer. But there's something about this whole thing that smells fishy. That witness's strange behavior, was that all an act? And the way that lawyer refused to help out Maya. But more than all that, she has no one left to help her. Nothing is more sad or more lonely than that. I know, I've been there a long, long time ago. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me. That's so kind of you. Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here. Right, thank you. Phew, she smiled at least. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right? Yes, and I trust you. So you trust me too, okay? It's a deal. So, what next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer? It was when I tried to look into that drawer. She got all defensive. There has to be something in there. Okay, well, if that's bugging me, maybe I gotta go back and check it out. Oh, maybe I can present her with her cell phone. Hey, I got your cell phone back. Oh, say, can I listen to my sister's voice? Aww. Maya's eyes closed. She listened to every word with such intensity. Before long, tears began to roll down her cheeks. Thank you. Aww. Present her with the thinker and see what she says. I wanted to ask you about the murder weapon. Poor sis. Better not ask her about this now. What about the shards? This was lying next to the chief's body. I saw that too. They said they thought these were pieces of a broken light stand. Yeah, that seems about right. Though I'd never heard of a glass light stand before this. Remember that receipt? You mean the one with my name on it? Any idea why she... Absolutely none. Do you trust me? I trust you. Why? Don't you think I did it, too? No, I don't. It's just a hunch, but... That detective thinks I did it. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna present her my badge. I'm sorry, I've never seen that before. Okay, fair enough. Well, I don't want to show her sister's autopsy report. It seems like a lot. Alright, well, let's go ahead and move back to the Gatewater Hotel, right? Because I want to know what's in that drawer. Oh, it's another person! The bellboy. Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, you are... Ah, I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment at your service, sir. Oh, right. I've just come up to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the, facilities? If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please, stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Yeah. Wait, no, hey! Why does it seem like every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, now's my chance to snoop around a bit. Oh, I almost forgot. You came back, quick! Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there's a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned. Oh, right, sure. Mr. White. Of Blue Corp? Where have I heard that name? White. That was his name. My sister told me. White was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? Well, let's check out that drawer first. There's a screwdriver sticking out of that half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap? What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? Suspicious? There's definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all this, I know it. Alright. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. For Maya's sake. I'll get to this woman's bottom. I mean, you know what I mean. Oh, bellboy! Still there? Uh-oh, time to scram. I look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court. Alright. Let's go ahead and save our progress. We've made a lot of progress in the story so far. Go ahead and save our data. When we start again, we will be on day 2, the trial, right? Back in the courtroom. Okay, so I think this is a good place for us to stop for the day. The court sessions are rather long, so this would be a good place for us to pick up next time. Alright, well thanks so much for joining me for a little courtroom action, testing out our legal skills with Phoenix Wright. I had a great time. I hope you're having an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Take care.